Good morning, YouTube. What is up? Today we are doing the daily puzzle, and it is 11:47 p.m. So it was late, guys, and I'm falling asleep. But it is 13 minutes before the next daily puzzle comes out. So let's do the September 19th daily puzzle. All right, so here we can see that there is indeed bishop pinning a bishop to the bishop, bishop pinning the bishop to the king. What can we do? Well, I think what we can do for a fact, what we can do is probably try like rook takes f5, and then maybe like if this rook on f8 takes back, we can push f4, attacking that rook, and once that rook moves, we'll take this rook for free. However, there is another possibility after rook takes f5. The rook on e5 may capture us back. And so what do we do about that? What can we do? To tell you the truth, I don't think we can do much. Maybe the move is rook to e1. Maybe that's just simply attacking the rook. If the rook takes, then we'll most likely play rook takes bishop. I think rook e1. Yeah. We'll play rook takes bishop. Yeah. So notice here, we're kind of removing a defender. This is a key defender of that bishop. And we're kind of removing it off the board. Whoops. We're moving it off the board. It is no longer defending this bishop. And so after rook takes bishop, notice we didn't play bishop takes bishop because black has the opportunity to play rook takes f5. And after rook takes f5, the rook can simply move back and, we can see that this is kind of even, right? In fact, white might be winning by, actually, rook to e7 wasn't the best move. The best move is apparently rook f1. Yeah, I'd agree. I think it is the best move because we're attacking these pawns and not defending. So, but the computer analysis is maybe +1, near +1, plus half. It kind of varies, but it's nowhere near, winning a direct or clear pawn. There's no clear path for winning a pawn. So it's kind of drawish, right? Whereas after rook takes bishop, and after rook takes rook, bishop takes rook, we have that inner... Oh, whoops, it's not allowing us to do that. Okay, it's acting up. Let's see if we can go to analysis board. After rook takes and bishop takes, perfect. It is a check, right? So this rook cannot go back. It first has to take care of its own king. And after black takes care of its own king, then we win the rook, and we're up like a bishop, right? And maybe a pawn. So we have to, or rather, black has to be careful, and we have to be careful and think about which piece to take with. Also notice, if the rook simply moved back in this scenario, we would take this rook with check, and after the king move, we would take the rook, and we would be +12, +13 even, maybe +14. The computer's kind of finding out what the value is, but I'd say like mate in a couple moves. I mean, look at the computer just going like +10 to +22 right now. Yeah. So basically, the discovery, you have to be really careful, and you have to think about which piece to take with. If we took with the bishop, it's a draw. If we took with the rook, it's a win. So we have to think about candidate moves. We have to think about the deciding factor and moves like, intermediate checks that count and play a big role in tactics. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Good night. Good morning in 9 minutes because it's almost 12 a.m. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.